Please stand as past President Bill Meyer leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
You'll all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Kathy Olivier, as she leads us in the four-way test.
Please join me in the four-way test. Of the things we say and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Please have a seat as Darla leads us in the words of inspiration.
Thank you, Mike. Leads is a good word, since I'd like to share a couple of ideas about leadership. The late poet Maya Angelou famously observed that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Her great kernel of truth here is that human beings are far more influenced by feelings than by rational thinking. How we make people feel has been proven to have the greatest impact on employee, or in this case, Rotarian, decisions to be dedicated, hardworking, and willing to put in discretionary effort to help achieve our goals. What makes great Rotarians? In part, I think, it's intentionally making members feel valued, supported, and appreciated, and living the four-way test. Because volunteer engagement is a decision not of the mind, but the heart. I believe we, Boulder Rotarians, are really good at living this philosophy. So rock on, Boulder Rotary. With that, I leave you with one more thought about leadership that my good friend, Michael Weatherwax, remember this, Michael? Shared with me as we transitioned from my year in July 2010 to his. What he shared is, a leader who shares experience, another way to make members feel valued, supported, and appreciated, ensures a bright future and leaves a legacy of success. I want to say that one more time. A leader who shares experience ensures a bright future and leaves a legacy of success. Looking forward to another great year of service above self in Boulder Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you, Darla. And Dr. George Russell helping us out with the guest and visitor introductions.
Would the visitors and guests of Rotarians please stand up? We're glad you came today.
This is my girlfriend, Natalie Wagner. She's coming from Nebraska, and she's going to be moving down on August 12th to be the Director of Rehabilitation at the Boulder Manor.
I think Darla has a couple of guests.
Thank you, George. I do. It's my pleasure to welcome back Leanne Marshall. Leanne is here for her second visit. She has her proposal in hand. Leanne is a former Rotarian with Edwards Rotary. I guess there's an S on the end there. And she's excited to be considered for membership in our club. So welcome, Leanne. Also, I'm pleased to introduce for the first time Jack Bayless. Jack is a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Fairly new to our community. He's been here about 4 years, and he's interested in getting more involved in the community. So welcome, Jack.
Hank Lopez.
I'd like you to all welcome Pat Minier. He's a contractor here in town. He's been around for a number of years. We've done some really good stuff.
My favorite saying about leadership is when you're in front, be sure and look back and make sure that people are still following you.
I think we're
This is Jill Mars, whom you probably already know, former member of our club, now a member of the Phoenix 100 Club. She's back in town for a few days and wanted to visit Rotary and wanted to visit me. She worked with me for a number of years at Express Services and was a stellar marketing person.
Thank you very much for coming to visit us here.
Okay. Welcome, members, guests, to our installation and awards luncheon. Before we get started, let's have a couple of announcements. The first one is Carol Lynch. I mentioned at our last meeting she passed away, long-term member. She passed away about 2 weeks ago. We just received this past week some of the memorial information. It will be September 7th at St. John's Episcopal at 14th and Pine, 2 p.m., September 7th. A couple other announcements. I just wanted to give some thanks to a few people that I hadn't thanked in previous meetings. Jean Lindeke for always arranging the guest and visitor registration. She does a great job behind the scenes, so thanks, Jean Lindeke. In the same vein, Carol Griever, thank you for always arranging the past presidents. I now am getting those emails as a past president, and she does a great job arranging the greeters, so thank you. Kind of the last thanks is to the JCC and A Spice of Life. All of this here was a surprise to me. I didn't ask for it. The extra linens, the extra food, all that stuff. Spice of Life is just incredible. You got to use them, I'm telling you. That's a free commercial for them. And a JCC as well. They're wonderful partners with JCC and Spice of Life. So. I read yesterday through the Boulder Chamber newsletter that longtime member Francis Draper was will be awarded the 2019 Women Who Light the Community Award. So big congratulations to Francis Draper. And then the last thing before we get on to the installation is the winning raffle numbers. So grab your raffle ticket, because I have a winner right here. And so since this is the last time I get to read this out, could you do me a favor? You got to jump up like it's bingo or something, okay? I mean, this would make my whole year if someone would do that. Can you guys agree? Whoever's got a raffle ticket, jump up and yell, raffle. Boulder Rotary. How's that sound? Boulder Rotary. Okay. 225-2427. 2427. I'm hearing crickets. Come on. 225-2427. Hey! Yeah. All right. So, I would like to thank the outgoing officers and the board of directors. So, Fred, I was wondering if we could move this thing up, and I'm going to call the following people up. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Sorry. We're going to have this come up, and with the following people, please come up. Andy Meyer, Nancy Chin Wagner, Paul Jurdy, Lindsay Sachs, Doug Yeiser, Pam Hayek, Meryl Glustrom, John Rieger, Dan Shear. Come on up. You'll make this go up. You guys are going to get in a line here. And Andy, you guys are going to be there. We're going to have the officers here. So why don't you start down there? Chrissy Bowen, Bill Sebastian, Shoni Khan, NCW. Come on up. Yeah, you're supposed to be up there because I'm going to thank you. You don't know it yet, but I'm going to. And then the officers for last year. Our treasurer, Shannon, she's out of town. Kathy Olivier. Marty Evans, she's out of town. And our president-elect for a few minutes, John Sullivan. You're going to be right here next to me. Come on. There we go, yeah. So this was the board for the last year. And just a few of the accomplishments under your watch. We revised the bylaws and created the first sexual harassment policy in the district. We raised nearly $200,000 for our good works and over $52,000 for the Rotary Foundation. Gifted $100,000 for water hydration stations, International Peace Park, and Boulder Rotary Mindfulness Path at the BCH. Pledged nearly $20,000 towards global and district grants. Cut expenses and increase the ease with which members can meet their obligations, allowing the club to increase the operating cash reserves. Had 33 weekly vignettes over the course of a year. Was Boulder Rotary Day at the city, the county, and the state level. Participated in the Day of Caring. Planted trees in the city. Won 7 district awards. Welcomed 34 new members into the club. 44 TED quality programs. 1 George Garmany bow tie day. 1 birthday party, and 1 outstanding century gala. We have much to thank you for. Grab each other's hands like this, and then we take a bow. So those that are cycling off the board, would you mind just coming right over here? If you are on the board, here we go. Thank you, Chrissy. Come on through. All right, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And will the following people come up? Shoni Khan, would you mind coming up? You are the Roots co-chair. Shoni and Nancy, okay, she's not here, okay. Willa Knierim, Jean Lindeke, Charlotte Rome, Alessandro Sachs, who's out of town. Andy Meyer is already here. NCW is here. Paul Jurdy is here. Lindsay is out of town. Treasurer, Brad Weasley. Secretary, Kathy Olivier. President-elect, Sally Brown. Please come on up. Sally, why don't you stand right next to John, on the other side of John? You have been elected to important positions in the administration of the Boulder Rotary Club. This is an indication of their esteem and confidence in all of you. They believe you will uphold the high traditions of the club, that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of the interests of the club and the carrying forward of the object of Rotary. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your offices to the best of your ability and in accordance with the constitutional documents of the club? If so, you will each answer, I will. I will. John, come on over here. Right there. John, you have been elected to the office of President of the Boulder Rotary Club by its members. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership. I now have the pleasure of administering to you the oath of office. Please repeat after me. I, John Sullivan,
I, John Sullivan,
as President of the Boulder Rotary Club,
as President of the Boulder Rotary Club,
will to the best of my ability
will, to the best of my ability,
administer the duties of the office of President
administer the duties of the office of the President
in a businesslike manner
in a businesslike manner
and in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws.
and in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws.
Furthermore, I will give support and assistance
Furthermore, I will give support and assistance
to the District Governor and to Rotary International.
to the District Governor and to Rotary International.
I bestow upon you this presidential pin as a symbol of your office. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you John Sullivan, President of Boulder Rotary Club.
Thank you.
Incoming officers, directors, and co-chairs of the Roots membership. You have been selected by the members of this club to guide its affairs during the coming year. You have been entrusted with an important responsibility that will help shape our future. Please repeat after me. I state your full name. Do accept and understand the charges of the office to which I am elected, and will work with diligence for the betterment of the club. John, would you please present to each of them the Rotary pin appropriate to their office? These things are so small, I can't see what they say. This one's mine, and that one's yours, I think. There we go. All right.
These should all be.
These are all directives.
Okay.
Rookie mistake. Okay, I hereby declare the new officers and directors installed. I will now give President John Sullivan the Kenyan Maasai War Club rungu as symbolic of the transfer of the club's administration. Ring the bell with all your power. There you go. Your new board, your new officers. Great, thank you. Great. Thank you, guys. Why don't you come in? Great, yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You.
Hi, and welcome again. I'm thrilled to be here. And my first words are to turn the microphone back over to Mike so he can present our Rotary Club Awards for the year 2018-2019.
You did that great. Yeah.
And with humility.
We're going to get along just great. All right. So 2018-2019 was our century year, and it was a big success, but it could not have been such a success without the hard work of so many club members. The number of volunteer hours that we do within the club and in our community is incredible every single year. Now, Broadway has the Tonys, music has the Grammys, film has the Oscars, but today, better than all of them are the Boulder Rotary Club Awards. So just like those awards, we've got to have a red carpet. Fred, Daryl, Jim, we got a red carpet here. Jeannie, would you mind coming up as the awards chair? Come on up here and help me. Oh, there's did you put that tape there? Why don't you flip it over? It comes with its own tape. Hey, Daryl, flip it around. The tape's supposed to be on the other side. I need you to stand right there. You're going to help him out. You guys are going to hand me envelopes and stuff like that. If you're going to do something, do it big. That's the way I think of it. Okay. Good job, Daryl. I wondered if you'd get that, but you did. Okay. Sure. They don't have to connect. Good. All right, that is our red carpet. Safety is job one. Okay, now I get my PowerPoint. And Vanessa, you got the clicker? Okay, good. Some people say I'm a control freak. I don't know what they're talking about. They once said I was OCD, but I like to call it CDO, so it's alphabetized. So, okay. The first award is the Humanitarian Award. May I have the envelope? Thank you. The Humanitarian Award. I did not print out. Click it. Vanessa? Here we go. Awarded to a I'm going to have, I can't read it. I didn't write it down. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I screwed this up. Awarded who has demonstrated selfless devotion in serving others. This year's Humanitarian Award. Click it. A Boulder Rotarian for 21 years. Initiated Rotarac's annual support of the Honor Flight Program. Rotarian of the Year in 2003 and 2004. RI Theme Award 2013-2014. Chair of the CU Rotaract Committee for the past 6 years. This year's winner of the Humanitarian Award, John Maziliak. Come on up. Sally, where's Sally? She's gonna stand right over there. Okay. But she's gonna show you. That's how we're gonna do it. There you go. So I'm gonna move this over here. The RI Theme Award. Awarded to a Rotarian who best exemplifies the 2018-2019 Rotary theme of Be the Inspiration. This I practiced all morning. Boulder Rotarian for 3 years. Boulder Rotary Club board member 2018 to 2020. Unofficial club photographer. Co-chair of the 2018 signature event. Who else is known by 3 initials than NCW?
I'm taking up time. I'm
Yeah. okay. What's that? You want a 10-minute speech?
At
No,
least.
no, sit down. Get
No,
out of
no,
here.
no,
Get out of here. There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much, sweetie.
There you go.
Oh,
All right.
thank you all.
The next one, the Quiet Hero Award. The Quiet Hero Award is presented in recognition of actions or service which is behind the scenes or otherwise out of the eye of the general public. May I have the envelope, please? Oh my goodness, there are 2 of them in here. Look surprised, it says. Look surprised, oh my gosh. This first one, Boulder Rotarian for 9 years, member of the Tech, Program, World Community Service Committee, and membership committees and others. Volunteer at every club event, the Rib newsletter, co-editor with Chad Stam, my wife, Cassidy Murphy. Yes.
Thank y'all.
There you go. The second quiet hero. We ready? Okay. This is a Boulder Rotarian for 6 years, longtime member of the Literacy, Journaling, and Caring Committees. Sponsored 4 new members in the past 3 years. Chauffeur extraordinaire for any member needing transportation to meetings and events. Willie Knierim. Come on up, Willie. Thank you for all your work. Absolutely. The next award is the Quick Start Award. And the Quick Start Award recognizes a new member less than 2 years who hits the ground running and makes an immediate, positive, and significant impact to the club. Boulder Rotarian since February 2018. Member of the Guest and Visitor Registration Committee. Chair of the Centennial Tree Planting Service Project. Club Secretary and member of the board since 2018. Who else but Kathy Olivier? President's Discretionary Award. This one, given in recognition of a special set of activities and circumstances. And I figured the century year was special and significant. So there's 3 of them in there. The first one, a Boulder Rotarian for 12 years, member of too many committees to list, vice chair and co-chair of the program committee since 2017, sponsored 5 new members past year, 9 in the past 2 years, and 15 during his time with Boulder Rotary Club. Gary Kahn, come on down. And you put up with me. We put up with each other. The second, President's Discretionary. Boulder Rotarian for 18 years. President 2009 and 2010. Service Above Self Award 2003 and 2004. MC of the Roaring Rotary 1919 signature events. Membership Chair for the past 3 years, retention and growth, the highest in years. Darla Schuth, come on down. Okay, and the last, President's Discretionary. A Boulder Rotarian for 2 years. Boulder Rotary Club Board of Directors in this coming year, 2019-2020, Service Above Self Award last year, 2018. Co-chair of the Centennial International Peace Park Initiative, Red Badge Chair, 2018-2019. Membership Chair, 2019-2020. Come on down, Charlotte. Yeah. Not every year is there a lifetime achievement. This year we have one. In recognition of long, devoted, and effective service to Boulder Rotary. May I have the envelope? "27 years in Rotary, 15 of them in Boulder Rotary. Past chair of program, Red Badge, and others. Rotarian of the Year in 2010, 2011. Theme Award 2006 and 2007. Centennial Year Club Historian, Sue Deans." Thanks for all your hard work over the years. Thank you. Sue Deans, yeah. Okay. Rotarian of the Year. Rotarian of the Year. Awarded to a Rotarian who has made a significant impact upon the Boulder Rotary Club during the year. May I have the envelope? Thank you. These were all chained to a briefcase on the way in case you guys were curious. Well, this is interesting. Boulder Rotarians since 1986 and 2001. Past chairs of practically every committee. Both of them past presidents and both past Rotarians of the Year award recipients, and the co-chairs of the Centennial Committee, John and Lena Kotke. Yes, you do. Yeah, right, exactly. Go down there. These are the 2018-2019 award recipients. One more round of applause. And did someone take a photo of them? Where's NCW? Oh, she's up here. Oh my gosh. Daryl, take a photo. Don't just stand there. All right, you got it? Everyone else can sit down while Daryl figures this thing out. Oh, Daryl. Thought we'd hugged and made up, but now I've got a few more minutes to make fun of you. Thank you, guys. Have a seat. So if you notice in the agenda, it says reflections of the past year. And so this is the spot where I'm supposed to list all the accomplishments of the past year. Statistics over here and stats over there. But I already sort of did that when I acknowledged the board of directors. So instead, I want to talk for a few minutes about my personal experience and the impact that this year has had on me. I'm 50 years old. And I've been past president of a few finance companies, and I've been on a lot of boards over my life, nonprofits, large, small, domestic, international, and I've been involved with a lot. But this is only the second time that I've been president of a member organization where the stakeholders are my friends and people that I care about, that I respect their opinion. The first time was when I was 21 years old. And now that I look back on it, it seems kind of inconsequential, but you gotta understand, at that time, that was my whole world. That was everything to me. That was my whole identity. I wanted to do a good job, but frankly, I didn't. I failed. I failed big. I mean, I was 21 years old. I didn't know anything. So at a young age, I had this imprint on my life of this negative experience, and I would refer back to it every once in a while, as during my life I would gain some skills. So I would learn about communication and practice it, maybe get good at it, and I'd say, gosh, I wish I'd had that when I was 21. Or, wow, this is how you run a meeting. I wish I'd known that at this other organization. But I thought to myself, if I ever have the opportunity again to be a part of a membership organization, be a part of the leadership, I'm going to jump at it, and I'm going to do a better job. And then you gave me a chance to replace that negative memory in my life with a positive one, and very few people get a chance for that do-over. So for that, I'm really thankful. Thank you so much. So when people ask you to step up to leadership, I think it's natural for you to think in your head, I'm going to change things up. I'm going to really, get these people into shape, whether it's a committee or whether or not it's a board member or an officer of an organization. What we don't talk about is the impact that it's going to have on you and how you're changed as a person. When you're given a chance to lead your fellow members, grab that opportunity. So if my experience is any kind of an example, you're left better off because of it than you ever would have imagined. And so I really encourage you to do that. You'll grow as a person more, because I know that I grew more this past year than I could have imagined 12 months ago. This has been an absolutely unbelievable year for me, a magical year. People keep asking me, hey, are you ready to, are you tired, are you ready to go? Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This was a magical year for me, transformative. I had a lot of fun, but I'm really glad that we have a wonderful leadership after me with John and with Sally. I just couldn't be more pleased with the two of them and with this entire club. I could stand up here all day long and talk about what Boulder Rotary means to me, but it's really about the people who make up Boulder Rotary. I already gave a talk a year and a half ago, if you recall, about why I'm proud to be a Rotarian. So why don't I step back and let you talk about why Boulder Rotary is such a special place. Cue it up.
I love the opportunity to feel that you can do with human efforts, not only financial, something good to those in need.
It's been great to have the opportunity to work with people who really have a purpose to do some good for the community and to the world, really.
Is inspiration. Every time we walk through the doors here, just to see other people and feel like, wow, do I really belong with these people?
What they bring to the community and around the world. I think that what we can give back is the most important part.
The highlight of my Rotary career is meeting the people of various walks of life, people that I would not normally meet.
From a more personal perspective, my doing the reading partners at Sanchez Elementary has really been wonderful for me. Hopefully it is for the children.
After I found service and started to do service work, and that's really when I found Rotary and became a Rotarian, I guess. So.
You know, I've worked on youth exchange, and I've had some wonderful young people. So that would be a highlight.
I think being involved with so many different projects from very local to international.
Because I was looking for an opportunity to give back with no hope of receiving anything in return.
I joke now that it's kind of a family business. Pay's not so good, but it's good for your heart.
But the highlight of what really makes this all exciting has to be the people. They're the most selfless people I've ever come across, and the motivation to just do better for the world is just so much fun to wake up and be a part of.
And just to do some wonderful service projects and be a part of local, national, and international service projects, and just wonderful, wonderful people.
Directed and passionate about helping others my entire life, both professionally and as a volunteer, and Rotary seemed like the perfect fit to be able to work alongside like-minded people to help others.
Service, fellowship, camaraderie.
I would say fellowship and networking.
Impact. I think Rotary makes a difference, and that's a thrilling and inspiring thing.
Potential for providing service to the community and to the world, really.
A community.
Vibrant, caring, community service.
Camaraderie.
No, certainly the community service, but the people who I've met in Rotary really make it a treasure.
Enthusiastic people.
I love the humanitarian nature of the organization, not only locally, but regionally and nationally and internationally. I love the commitment of members to the organization. I love the good works that the club does. Lots of words, not just one.
The ability to be able to be out there in your community and in the world and making a positive impact in some fashion. I would have to say that the welcoming community.
Volunteer.
That's been really good for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a way to serve as a volunteer.
That's awesome.
It energizes me, and I love the people.
Sociability with some really outstanding individuals. I love Rotary because I cannot imagine my life without it.
Among the top, just like the model said, service. Service above self. And that shows that it's not your business, it's more of you in your heart. How do you feel? How do you feel to give to others? And to help another person put a smile on their face or bring water to their village and those kind of projects, I think it's amazing. And we all together are doing that in the Boulder Rotary.
And very good people.
It's really people, right? It's like-minded people, and it's just a warm, happy place to be.
The people. That's 2 words, sorry.
I would say encompassing again. It really is service that touches a lot of different places and people,
and they make a huge difference in the world, and that's very important to me.
The people involved.
People walk into this room with an open heart. They don't expect anything. Nobody's pushing a business card at you. It's a different kind of networking. It's a doing good, giving back networking.
Walking in and being able to sit down and have lunch and communicate with like-minded adults. You know, we think, you know, people who are thinking about service projects and doing good things for our community and everything.
The altruism of it, the fact that folks are seeking only to give back and not to get anything in return. That's the essential component of Rotary that drew me in.
It's service with quality, and I'm proud of that.
Fellowship.
Well, I work at the YMCA, and the YMCA is about strengthening the foundations of community, but so is Rotary. And so I thought that this would be the exact right match for me, is to combine those two things together. Because Rotary, you can't have a great community without a strong Rotary. And that was, I wanted to help with that.
I call it the undiscovered country from Shakespeare, which is the future.
And I don't think there's any doubt that there is no service organization around the world that does more for other people than Rotary.
So like me, each of you have your own story. You're the ones making the difference and into our 101st year. John, come on up. Thank you very much for letting me have my last words. Thank you.
So, as you can see on the front of the podium, the RI theme for 2019-2020 is Rotary Connects the World. RI President Mark Maloney has taken over from our outgoing President Barry Rassin, and President Maloney sent out a communication last week in which he spoke of an action plan with 4 goals. Goal 1 is to increase our impact. For Rotary International, this will be implemented through special international events. We will implement this goal through the programs and projects that we do for those in our community now and those we want to connect to our community in the future. Goal 2 is expanding our reach. We can implement this goal by continuing our outreach to new members and by engaging our current membership in more ways. In our club, we do this through our ongoing service projects, and for which, such as the Day of Caring, which will occur on September 13th, and for which I would like to achieve a great turnout of volunteer members from our club all over the Boulder community. We also expand our engagement through newer programs, such as our Boulder Rotary Club book group and our Boulder Rotary Club hiking group. Having recently participated in both of these programs with some of our fellow members, I can tell you that I learned a lot about these members that would be difficult to discover if I just came to a regular Friday meeting and sat with them at the lunch table. So I encourage all of you to reach out and find something that appeals to you. You don't have to be the best hiker. You don't have to be the most well-read. In fact, at the book group meeting, it was clear to me after 5 minutes I was the least well-read. But I'm going to do it again. Goal 3, enhancing participant engagement. This one kind of sounded like goal 2, but Mark Maloney put it in there, so I thought, okay, well, this is the goal where I mentioned previously It encourages Rotary clubs to be more family friendly and welcome the children of family members to Rotary activities, meetings, and events. Goal 4 is increasing our ability to adapt, because change is uncomfortable, but it's not going to stop. This means respecting the time and responsibilities of people, particularly younger people, who are building their careers. We have implemented this goal already through our Roots membership alternative, which allows people who can't make it every Friday for a lunch to nevertheless be fully engaged members of our club. I know of at least one person in our Roots Club, I think there were more than one, who got awards and were recognized here today. So I consider that to be a success of the Roots model. According to the latest membership statistics I've seen, 40% of our club members are women. I find this statistic to be significant for several reasons. First, I learned at the RI convention in Hamburg that the areas of the world that have the greatest percentage of women members are North America and, kind of surprisingly to me, Africa. But both are at about 32 or 33%. So it pleases me to know that our club is at the sharp end of the spear when it comes to increasing the involvement of women in our club's activities. This is also in sync with one of the priorities we identified in our 2018 visioning session, which was to increase the diversity of our club, not just in gender, but in all different kinds of areas. We're making progress, but we're not there yet. So, what are we going to do? For those of you who were here during our May, when I spoke in May, this is what we're going to do. I unrolled it correctly this time. I'm thrilled to death. This is Rotary Connects the World, because next is what I want us all to be thinking as we move forward in 2019 and 2020. And for those of you who were not here on May 17th, I'm going to explain a little bit about what next means. For those of you who were here, I'm going to tell you again what next means. Next is a philosophy that I learned from one of my son's baseball coaches. His name was Dennis Jones. The team that my son and his teammates played for was the Bomb Squad. Dennis Jones believed in team. Coach Dennis picked next as the Bomb Squad's mantra for the year that first year my son played, because they won a state championship the year before. And much like we feel right now, after celebrating our 100th year, the Bomb Squad felt really good about itself. And just like the Bomb Squad, we deserve to feel really good about ourselves, because we've accomplished great things. But past accomplishments mean more when we build upon them and continue to improve. That's the lesson Coach Dennis wanted to teach the Bomb Squad. That's the message I want to convey here today, because I've seen a lot of emails in the last thing about big shoes to fill, and yes, they're big shoes to fill, but I can do it. We can all do it. We raised our profile in the Boulder community through the celebration of our centennial and implementing projects that benefited our community. But we can still do more for our community, and we have the money to do it, because Club 1919 and the Centennial Committee fundraising was so successful that we have about $80,000 segregated in a separate Centennial Fund, which the Centennial Committee recommends using for projects to benefit our Boulder community in the future, whether it's this year or in ensuing years. So over the ensuing 12 months, let's all be thinking of next. And remember the words of wisdom from Babe Ruth: never let the fear of striking out get in our way. Thank you. Mike, you'll be relieved to know that when you walked off the stage a few minutes ago, it wasn't the last time for today. We have some parting gifts for you. Please come up and accept your parting gifts and open them in front of the assembled masses.
I don't like this whole thing here. This isn't very nice. It's- Some socks. Sock it to me. Dog socks. Thank you.
Dog socks. If any of you have seen Mike's feet, you know he is not averse to putting brightly colored things on them. So we felt this was an appropriate parting gift. Hold on. Next.
Zolos.
It's in a doggy bag,
Okay.
but it's not leftover food.
Okay, got it. Is it a bottle of water?
No.
It's a t-shirt.
Yes.
Let's see that. A Zolos. Very nice.
This is
Thank
a Zolo t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it's signed by the two rock star presidents that preceded Mike, Bill Meyer and Marty Evans, and the two presidents that will follow Mike, who want to be rock stars, just like Mike.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
Great. It's funny when I do it. It's
You can't find these kinds of gifts just anywhere.
Okay.
This is my personal favorite for Mike, and I'm sure you're going to find a home for it.
Well, I usually squeeze them and guess, but
I don't think you can guess.
It's obviously a rubber chicken. I'm a pro at this, man. I guess it.
You are a pro. All right.
Yes. You know, I always wanted one, actually. I've never had one of these, and I actually always wanted one.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
You bet. All right. Meeting adjourned.